Welcome back, everyone. Today, we are diving straight into this exam-focused explainer, and we're looking at something absolutely crucial for your ACCA Business and Technology syllabus: personal effectiveness and time management. We are going to break down exactly what you need to know, not just to pass the exam, but to actually thrive out there in the real world of finance.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here is our crisp 6-part roadmap for today. We'll start with an intro to personal effectiveness, look at time management techniques, tech tools, overcoming barriers, fixing ineffective teamwork, and then wrap it all up with a final exam revision summary.
All right, Part 1, Introduction to Personal Effectiveness.
Now, I want you to imagine the intense, crazy pressure of a major year-end corporate report. The deadline is looming. What gets you through? Personal effectiveness. In the high-volume accounting profession, this is literally your foundational survival skill. So what is it? Well, it's essentially your ability to manage your time, your resources, and your responsibilities efficiently so you can actually hit your goals. And to pull this off, you need a healthy dose of self-awareness, adaptability, and a commitment to continuous learning.
Here is a reality check for you. Time is a totally unique, completely irreplaceable resource. Think about it. Everyone, from the newest junior clerk all the way up to a top-tier CFO, has the exact same 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can't rent more of it. You can't buy it. So how you manage that 24/7 window, that is your ultimate competitive edge.
Moving right along to Section 2, Time Management and Techniques. Let's look at the practical tools to maximize that 24/7 window.
So, time management. What are we actually talking about here? It is the process of planning and actively controlling the amount of time you spend on specific activities to boost your efficiency and productivity. When you do this right, you eliminate so much wasted effort. It heavily reduces workplace stress, and it lets you focus on truly important issues rather than just, constantly reacting to the daily chaos.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core techniques you need to know for the syllabus. Things like setting smart objectives, producing an activity log to track a typical week, costing your time, and of course, making lists and delegating. Oh, and here's a pro tip. Try time blocking, or using the Pareto principle, that famous 80-20 rule, where you focus on the 20% of tasks that yield 80% of your results.
Now, a huge piece of this puzzle is prioritization. You absolutely must distinguish between tasks that drive your long-term goals, those are the important tasks, versus tasks that are just screaming for immediate attention, the urgent ones.
So what does this all mean for you? Let me ask you this. If a sudden, unexpected client request comes in right in the middle of a critical year-end reporting period, which do you tackle first, the urgent one or the important one? It's a tough call, right? The classic trap here is sacrificing those important long-term goals just to constantly put out urgent short-term fires.
To keep your head above water when tasks are just piling up, you can use the ABCD method for in-tray management. It's a highly practical workplace framework. When something lands on your desk, you do one of 4 things. A, act on it immediately. B, bin it if it's not needed. C, create a plan to deal with it later. Or D, delegate it to someone else. It's an absolute game changer for processing an overwhelming inbox.
Okay, Section 3, Tech for Personal Effectiveness. Let's see how modern tech can heavily boost our efficiency.
We've got a whole arsenal of essential IT tools at our disposal today. Think about electronic data interchange, or EDI. This completely removes the need for manual data processing by letting computers share information directly. Add in video conferencing, time management apps like digital calendars, cloud collaboration, and general office automation and email, and your daily output literally multiplies.
The concrete benefits of using these tools effectively? Unbelievable, really. We're talking increased speed, significantly lower overhead costs, and vastly improved accuracy. Because, let's be real for a second, when it comes to repetitive, high-volume data tasks, machines are going to handle that far more accurately than us humans ever could.
All right, moving into Section 4, Overcoming Time Management Barriers. Because, even with the absolute best plans and tech, roadblocks are going to pop up.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it breaks down the classic exam framework. It splits barriers into 2 main camps. On one hand, you've got internal barriers. These are self-control issues like procrastination or just a lack of discipline. On the other hand, you've got external barriers. Environmental factors like a crushing, heavy workload or maybe an overly authoritative management style.
So how do we actually overcome these external hurdles? Well, there's a sequential process. Step 1, focus first on effectiveness. That means doing the right thing. Step 2, concentrate on efficiency, doing things right. Notice the difference there? It's crucial. And finally, step 3, take those massive, intimidating jobs and break them down into little, manageable steps.
Which brings us to Section 5, Fixing Ineffective Teamwork. We're shifting gears slightly to look at workplace dynamics.
You see, ineffective teams often suffer from poor communication, lack of trust, or unclear goals. But you can drastically improve team performance through proper employee support systems. We've got mentoring, which is all about long-term guidance and role modeling. Then there's coaching, which is focused on achieving specific objectives and improving current skills. And finally, counseling, which helps employees safely explore and understand their own problems. Utilizing these resolves underlying conflicts and builds real trust.
And here we are, Section 6, Final Exam Revision Summary. Consider this your ultimate digital flashcard.
So, the crucial point to take away from this entire explainer is right here on this summary matrix. Personal effectiveness, that's managing yourself to achieve goals. Time management is all about planning and prioritizing your work effectively. Technology steps in to improve productivity and communication. Your barriers are going to be internal, like procrastination, and external, like your workload. And effective teams, they are built through mentoring, coaching, and crystal clear communication. Mastering these skills doesn't just help you pass your ACCA exams, it is exactly how you go out and build a truly legendary accounting career. Thanks so much for joining me today, and keep crushing those goals.